from Bangkok, Thailand. Over the next 2 days, we're going to explore some of Bangkok's most famous attractions.
That means cruising on the river, checking out some awesome temples, getting lost in insane markets, and of course, trying all the awesome, famous Thai street food.
We have packed 10 things into these 2 days, not including anything else fun that we stumble upon. So if you're looking for stuff to do in Bangkok, Thailand, you've come to the right place.
Our first stop is arguably one of the most famous places to see in Bangkok, the massive Wat Arun, made famous by like this middle spire that people can climb up. Don't know if you still can or not, but we're heading there in a very unique way. We are catching effectively a bus on the water that's going to take us from where we are here, one of the main stations, up to Wat Arun and drop us directly at it. And it's only going to cost 15 baht. But if you are here, there's like 5 or 6 choices of different lines you can get that signified by the flag they hang on the back of the boat.
There is other options to get you to Wat Arun on the river, including like a tourist boat that I think is around 40 Thai baht each. Or you can go on a tour which is on the canals with a long tail boat, which I think is like 400 Thai baht per person. So something for every budget. As it turns out, the orange line that we wanted to catch doesn't actually go to Wat Arun at the moment, so the cheapest option is the tourist boat. I'm not complaining because it's got air conditioning.
Apparently they built a pier and that means the orange boat can't land there anymore. I don't really know.
We are at Wat Arun now. It costs 200 Thai baht per person entry, but you get a little water on that, which I think is so nice. It is early. I think it's been open for about an hour or two now, but it's not that busy. Look at this. Maybe a few years ago you used to be able to go all the way up to the top, but currently you're only allowed on sort of the first level. The stairs to get up here though are like that. It's like a pure ladder. We have done a full lap, I'm scared I'm gonna bop my head, around this first level now, and this is the quietest bit we've seen. There is so many people dressed up in the traditional garb. I think there's places you can hire them right around the corner from here. I keep thinking I'm gonna... Now I think we're gonna go down a level, take a break and just enjoy. Get away from all these people because it's getting hot.
It's so hot.
This temple was built in the 17th century by a king after they were kind of conquered by the Burmese and they resettled their capital down here. It's actually called Temple of the New Dawn because it's meant to symbolize like a new dawn, a new beginning, yeah, and it's like keeps religion strong and became like the epicenter of the new city.
Wow, do you know how long it took to build?
Yep.
Oh.
Can't tell you though.
It must have taken just an insane, unfathomable amount of time because the detail is wild and it's all mosaic as well.
I do know there's not like a confirmed completion date. It's somewhere in the 17th century, but not a date because maybe they just kept adding to it. It certainly looks like it.
Full disclosure, we aren't huge temple people. We like to see them every now and then, but we're not going out of our way to see every single one. This has blown me away. I don't know if it's because we haven't seen a temple in a long time, so my bar is like completely reset. I just can't believe the level of detail that they have here and the amount of people. One thing to note if you're coming to Wat Arun or really any of the temples here in Bangkok is that you will need to cover your shoulders and your knees. It does seem like they offer free or donation-based cloth, so you can cover up if you are wearing shorts that day. Floating market. We heard that this is a bit more of a local floating market in Bangkok, and so far it is living up to the hype. It smells incredible in here. We can't see anything floating yet, but there is water over there.
Breakfast of Champions?
This wasn't on the list, but in this heat, how do you pass coconut ice cream and say no? It's so good.
So this market is one of the relatively new markets and floating markets in Thailand. Actually only came here in the 80s, so 1980s, it's quite recent. And it was built because they wanted to both keep traditional markets alive, but also they wanted to get tourists here. Funniest thing is, it's become one of the least touristy markets and a much more traditional one. And it's all community run, so every dollar that you spend here, all tourist dollars go straight back into the community.
I love that.
Really, really cool.
It's only open on the weekends though.
Yes, have to be Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah. I'm eating all of this. If you want something, you've got to get in here.
Alright.
Thank you.
ขอบคุณครับ We were walking past one of the stands and there was a lady putting what I thought was cheese on what I thought was like tacos. I don't really know what they are at all, but it's egg yolk and then this orange one is coconut. So immediately we're like 20 meters into this market, we've already bought two things. It's a weird sweet savory combo, sweet pancake, but then not sweet egg. I don't know.
The outside's almost like an ice cream cone.
Yeah,
It's the inside, there's flavors I've never had before. I really like it though.
brand new experience.
It's weird, but I like it.
They've done really well there. It really doesn't feel touristy at all. Like maybe the first bit you walk into has a little bit of touristy stuff and there's even like little take-home souvenir things, but as you get to the back, it's just locals, proper eating lunch, cooking. I really like that. That's like my highlight so far.
I really liked it too. I will say it's not what I would picture. If you said picture a floating market,
True.
I wouldn't picture that.
True. I completely agree with that, but it surprised us with how good it is. And now to one of the biggest markets in the entire world. So this is one of the biggest markets in the entire world, on 35 acres, 1,500 stalls, separated into 27 different sections, so you can pretty much get anything here. If you're from Australia, it definitely gives royal show vibes. If you're from the US, I guess like a fair, kind of feels like a fair. It is one of the things where unless you love markets, you'd probably want to dip in, dip out because it's so hot and busy. And we finally found the food section.
A huge thank you to the sponsor of today's video, Holafly. By this time, most of you watching will probably know what an eSIM is. If not, it's a digital SIM that you can download directly to your phone. We downloaded our Holafly SIM before we left Australia and activated it as soon as we touched down in Thailand. Purchasing your Holafly plan is a breeze. Simply download the Holafly app, navigate to the region of the world you're exploring, in our case it was Thailand, select how many days you'll need the plan for and click checkout. Your SIM is ready to be activated. Activation is super simple. Just hit install and activate and follow the prompts. If you're planning a holiday or vacation and haven't sorted out how you're going to stay connected yet, check out Holafly. There's a link in the description and use code Jordan and Emily for 5% off. Now back to the video.
If you're lucky enough to have a pool in your hotel, very good tip to go and avoid the middle of the day and refresh a little bit. We did, and now we are more than ready to continue exploring Bangkok.
It is no secret that Bangkok is just a huge city, but if you ever want to escape the concrete jungle, there are public there are public parks everywhere, including this one.
This one is called Lumphini Park and it is right in the center of Bangkok. It's 142 acres big with massive walkways and runways around the whole thing. It's used for jogging and people work out. There's gyms here, but the coolest thing is big fat lizards. There are monitor lizards here that can get up to 50 kilos. If you want a peaceful day out, just close your eyes when you're walking so you don't see them. If you're like me, you might have thought that these monitor lizards were brought here for a specific reason or like purposely kept here. apparently not. Apparently it's just a natural habitat and they love it here and they're not threatened, so they all congregate here.
What's crazy is that the locals just don't care at all. And even half of the tourists are just walking by, not looking. I can't believe that there's giant monitor lizards just hanging around. They can get up to 2 meters long and people are just ignoring them.
So there were these guys kicking like I don't even know what it is, like a ball that doesn't bounce very well over a volleyball net, but like bicycle kicking it. So I asked if I could film them. I don't know how they get that flexible, but coming to this park just to view that alone it's pretty cool. Where did the tickets go?
Here are tickets.
Oh, the tokens.
You tap on and then you return it at the end.
Our last stop of our first day on the Stuff to Do in Bangkok tour, we've come to a neighbourhood called Talat Noi. It's one of the oldest neighbourhood in all of Bangkok and has a literal translation into small market.
One thing I am loving is how Instagrammable it is here. There is an old Fiat 500 hidden somewhere in these streets that I can't find the location to, but there's all these old bikes and cars just on the street. Crazy artwork on the walls. It is just stunning here. It is such a unique little neighborhood in Bangkok, and from what I've read online is that during the day it's pretty chill and relaxed here, and as the sun goes down it really starts to pick up and become a bustling spot for nightlife, restaurants, street eats, all of that good stuff. With the sun setting in the background, but there's something about Chinatown right now that feels like New York City. It's like the neon lights, the traffic, everyone's out on the road taking photos. It's so much fun and so lively, and I think we might have found food.
It is definitely the Times Square of Bangkok. We couldn't actually find any food stalls at Talat Noi. I think maybe we were there a bit too early, so we just walked a little bit north to Chinatown and now there's food everywhere.
Down here, everyone's walking in the middle of the road even though there's still cars driving on it. We found someone frying spring rolls right on the street. It was this set for 50 baht, so we couldn't say no. So crispy and oily. Yum.
That was a very good end to day one of Stuff to Do in Bangkok. If you're following our itinerary like point to point, day one is massive, but I promise day two calms down a little bit. Also, if you're in a 7-Eleven here, lemon non-alcoholic singer thing, amazing, really refreshes you. All right, let's get into day two.
Day two of Stuff to Do in Bangkok, we have caught the boat to come to a cafe that should have a pretty epic view. Jordan has been the one to plan today, but this cafe, he is off to a winner. We literally have Wat Arun behind us and we're the only ones here. The cafe did only open about 15 minutes ago, so I'm sure it'll get busy as the day goes on, but this is so cool.
Why is there no one here? Make this place famous. Everyone who watches this, if you're in Bangkok, come here. It's 10:15. If Bangkok is anything to go by, it should be rammed in here. But it's just us. Wat Arun, water, nice breeze, shade. Having a good day.
Pho or Wat Pho is one of the main things to do in Bangkok. It costs 300 Thai baht per person and they're open from 8 till 7:30 at night daily. It is home of the reclining Buddha.
That Buddha is 45 meters long, which is insane, 15 meters high and covered in gold.
And is said to be the oldest temple in the city. It's actually older than the city itself. So this was here and then Bangkok got built around it, which is just crazy. 300 baht is just on the line for us to see a temple. And because we're in Thailand for so much longer, there's other temples we will see later in this trip. Plus, we have decided to spend that money on something more exciting this evening.
The other thing very similar to Wat Pho is the Grand Palace. It's like another 10-minute walk in that direction. It's all quite central here. We're not going there either. That's 500 baht to get in, which just seems crazy to me.
You can't even actually go inside of the Grand Palace, which I think a lot of people think you can, but you do get entry to 2 other parts in the complex.
I think if you're on a holiday or like a vacation here, absolutely.
100%.
But we're doing so much of Southeast Asia, we really need to pitch our pants.
Now for something to eat. Turns out in this area there are plenty of riverfront restaurants and rooftop bars, but a lot of them don't seem to open till 4 or 5. We found this one restaurant that has the deck open. It is a little bit pricier, but you're definitely paying for the view, which is Wat Arun right next to us. We just picked the quietest one because we have riverside views. I think a lot of people are opting to sit inside though because it is hot. Wow.
That's probably my highest recommendation, is that specific dish. That specific dish in this restaurant overlooking this water. It was perfect. For the last thing of our stuff to do in Bangkok 2-day massive itinerary, we are going on a dinner cruise. We picked a Lanka luxury buffet cruise because it was available and it had heaps of reviews. We're going to link it in the description below, so if you like it, you can book it too. But before we get in there, this is IconSiam, apparently one of the biggest shopping centers in Bangkok, or the biggest. It's new and it's fancy and we're going to wait for our cruise in there.
IconSiam is wild. It is just luxury store after luxury store and then crazy themed food courts. We have decided to splurge for a little beer before we board our cruise because that's the one thing that's not included in our cruise is alcohol.
What sort of pour is that?
This is hard to pour. This pour will be better.
Oh, good.
Still not that good.
Not great. So like every dinner cruise in Bangkok leaves from the same pier apparently.
It is pure mayhem and chaos and so many people.
There's like a mob waiting to get on, a mob that's just gone onto a boat, a new mob just forming now. Our mob's supposed to be boarding in like 5 minutes. Don't know where they are. It's around here somewhere.
I can't see anyone else with our sticker number.
No.
Oh, wait, no, they do.
They have a sticker?
Yeah.
We'll just follow them.
Yeah.
We are one of like 3 cruises leaving right now, and they're leaving all night. It's insane how many people are fitting on these boats. Like thousands and thousands and thousands every single night.
Just taken off and there is an insane rush of food. Oh no, this is pretty intense. It definitely is one of the top things to do in Bangkok and it's cool that we get to see the skyline from this perspective. But whew, if you do like your personal space, this might not be for you.
Once again, we are about to cross the lowest bridge in Chatuchak River.
If you're tall on here, you're at risk. That guy with the lights telling everyone to get down. I think this bridge is even lower. He's really panicking. Holy shit. That's the only precaution they cabin place? That's insane. So we heard when it's winter and it's like high tide with heaps of rainfall, they can't go under some bridges. I dare say that was one of the bridges they can't go under, and we were so close.
Way to end 2 days in Bangkok. The first half an hour, I'm not gonna lie, is absolute mayhem with everyone trying to get their favorite things from the buffet and just going crazy. But if you can get through that, it becomes beautiful. Going past all of the lights, Wat Arun all lit up, the Grand Palace. The perfect way to end 2 days in Bangkok.